We are no strangers to gaming keyboards, and today, this is probably going to be the most we've ever looked at.
Our friends at Chilkey were nice enough to sponsor this video to introduce them as a brand in the keyboard and gaming mice space, and we're going to take a look at them today with a fresh unboxing and first reaction to everything they sent over, because once again, guys, we've got a lot of stuff here to take a look at, but shout again to Chilkey for sponsoring this video. You can buy their keyboards on Amazon or direct from their website using the links in the description down below. As always, use those links to get up-to-date pricing and availability on everything we mentioned in today's video, but we're just going to have a fun time unboxing some of this stuff, giving our initial reaction, and teaching you guys more about Chilkey and all the stuff they have to offer. Let's start with their Hall Effect keyboard, and we're gonna dive into their gaming mice, then some really unique keyboards, and then some of their mainstream model options that you can buy today. Introducing the Slice75 HE, which comes in a simple version with the Gateron Jade Pro switches at $149 MSRP, comes in two colors, black and gray, and it is a 75% Hall Effect keyboard with an 8K polling rate, aluminum case, gasket mounted design, while also being hot swappable with built-in cork dampening and double shot PBT keycaps. So the funny thing is, the first keyboard we're gonna talk about is one that our graphic designer, Zach, has literally been drooling all over. I had to like pull it from him because he was just obsessed with this keyboard. This is the Slice75 HE, which is a Hall Effect keyboard from Chilkey that is quoted as the Wooting Killer, which if you guys seen our videos on Hall Effect keyboards recently, Wooting is one of the top of the line options, but it is very expensive. This keyboard comes in at 150 bucks, which is pretty solid price performance, and I'm excited to see what it looks like, because Zach normally doesn't get super excited about keyboards unless they're really good. The packaging is kind of insane.
Oh, okay, so it's a box within a box.
Box within a box. Yeah, all black box, kind of standard, but again, in this video, we're mainly going to showcase this keyboard and show you guys what it's capable of. The unboxing experience already is very premium.
Inside of this box, I'm assuming we're going to have like maybe our cable, keycap puller, some other stuff like that. All right, so pretty nice USB-A to USB-C cable. It's braided and everything. We do have a switch and keycap puller, meaning it's hot swap.
All these keyboards are very, very premiumly built. Like for the price, you're getting a really nice solid keyboard, and I mean this one's really nice. I mean, here, you're gonna feel this bad boy. There you go.
Oh. It's just crazy because every time something like this happens, it changes the market. The Wooting 80 HE is kind of a similar keyboard. It's an 80%, this is a 75%, but they're both Hall Effect. If you want the aluminum version of the HE80, you're looking at $290. This is $150, so over $100 cheaper. And I have a feeling this one's gonna have the same, if not better, build quality than the Wooting. They are the Hall Effect Jade Pro switches, which are some of the top of the line options for those looking to get a Hall Effect keyboard. And I will say, initial impressions, it sounds great. It sounds really nice. We got to plug it up and get some look at the RGB here. Okay, so we got a nice smooth RGB. Looking pretty good. So it is more of a backlit. We're not getting any shine through on the lettering, which is fine. Let's take a look at those switches also. Shall we review? Yeah, let's see what they look like. I like the background of it. I like how it's kind of like a light blue, like a teal color. It looks really nice. And I know we did get some other switches sent in from Chilkey as well, because they do sell their own switches. Zach's gonna throw it right here. These are the Flux switch, which is a nice switch that you can buy from them, and because it's hot swappable, we'll actually see what this feels like. So what I love about these is the fact that you don't have any copper stems. You don't have to worry about bending them. All right, so just line it up like so. Push it in. Sounding different? Yeah, a little bit higher frequency, higher pitch. I wouldn't call it like insanely. I would be happy with either one is how I would put it, you know? Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for a Hall Effect keyboard, this is a great option to consider, and they do have it in black or gray, so you have multiple options to choose from. And as always, up-to-date availability on this keyboard. Anything we mentioned, check those links down below for pricing, so you can buy them either from Amazon or direct from their website. The Slice75 software is web-based, which is super nice to see. No need to download anything and run it in the background, which some games tend to hate, like Valorant with their kernel-based anti-cheat, for example. In this software, you're able to fully customize the RGB. There's 20 preset RGB options, but you can also individually customize the RGB per key. Performance-wise, this software is one of the best we've seen, as you're able to fully adjust the actuation and rapid trigger settings in 0.005 millimeter intervals. And you can go as little as 0.01 millimeters all the way up to 3.3 millimeters of travel. This allows for lightning fast keystrokes with no misinputs. As for the advanced functions that make Hall Effect keyboards extra exciting, the Slice75 supports dynamic keystroke, MPT, MT, toggle key, SOC-D, and even custom macros. So now that we've talked about the Slice75 software, let's go ahead and do a typing test.
Now let's take a look at one of their gaming mice, the Glacier LW 8K mouse. This mouse rocks a Pixart 3950 sensor with 30,000 DPI, a smart OLED display to show real-time DPI, battery level, and connectivity mode along with polling rate, along with a built-in Nordic 52480 MCU. It supports tri-mode connectivity, 2.4 GHz wired or Bluetooth, with dual 8000 polling rates, and uses a Chilkey fog blue optical switch. All right guys, let's talk about their gaming mice now. This is the Glacier LW, which we have in 2 different color schemes here. They're the same mouse, but they are 48 grams each, and this one kind of has like a Game Boy theme to it. More specifically, the color is called Mystique, and this one is your traditional just all black mouse with a little LCD on it.
So both of these, 89 bucks, so kind of like your mid-range price point, because we have looked at mice that are over $200 here. This one right here, the all black, is $89.99, and this one comes in right at $99.99.
So yeah, this one has the very unique color scheme, so that's probably why it's a bit more expensive with the transparent retro plastic vibe. And first impressions, they're light.
Yeah, they're very light, 48 grams. Honestly, it's funny how different they look, but really they are the same mouse, just different shells. They both have an LCD display, which automatically comes on whenever you actually move the mouse, as long as your, mouse is on. So 2.4 gigahertz or Bluetooth. You also have a wired only mode. You got a DPI switch on the bottom. I mean, it's a pretty good looking mouse. Got some I really like the Teflon feet layout too. We actually have like dot skates and just full size skates on the bottom.
And as mentioned, Zach did some research on this mouse and mentioned that it is similar in size and shape to a Razer Viper Mini. So if you're in the market for a more compact mouse, depends what size hands you have. I mean, I say I have big meaty claws right here. Pretty comfortable still. I mean, it's not really too small for someone who has bigger hands, but it is one of those things where the feel is very natural.
No, but this feels actually pretty good for me. I use a Logitech mouse at home that's kind of like on the medium side, and I could use this just fine. And I like the weight of this. I'm not the biggest fan of mice when they go below like 40 grams. I think they feel like paper at that point. These actually feel like they have good build quality, and I like this. It's ribbed. It comes with some pretty cool stuff. Like, we got extra feet here. We got some pretty cool stickers. They even, look, it's a freaking metal, like, what is it, a pendant or a badge or something?
Wow.
Pretty cool. We have these, which are pretty cool if you want to put some grips on the side, the top of your mouse. This is really cool too. Feel soft, this is.
Ooh, that is nice. Look.
You can take it to your esports events, huh? Yeah.
And it does have 3 modes for connectivity. We got wired, Bluetooth, or the wireless dongle.
Oh yeah, so it's kind of like the newer style cable where it's kind of more of like a somewhat like flimsy cable so that it can kind of move with the mouse in case you have to have it plugged in. That's the worst. When you're used to a wireless mouse and you have to connect it to a heavy cable, it does not feel great.
And here's the actual receiver, and I'm curious if this one comes with a different, of course it does. Yeah, it does come with one that matches the mouse a bit better. There you go.
Oh, dude,
so
that's attention to detail right there.
Yeah, so that's really cool to show you guys that when you do spend the extra money on this theme, you're gonna get it all throughout.
I really like the weight of this. I think this is like the perfect size to weight ratio, and the build quality is really good. I mean, I think I could squeeze really hard and not destroy this mouse, which is nice. I feel like some of these mice are made out of paper, but these are pretty good. So now I'm gonna let Jonah do a nice little ASMR test for you guys and really hit those clicks.
Here we have the Paw 65, which comes in an assembled version at $99 MSRP or a bare bones version for $89 MSRP. The color we have here is purple unicorn, and the switch types are either pink lotus linears or sprout green tactiles. A little more whimsical with the Paw 65. This specifically is a custom version of the keyboard that, as you can see based on the box, is going to have an interesting color scheme to it.
Dude,
and look at the cable, wow.
That thing's thick. I've never seen a USB-C cable like this. This is almost like, instead of getting a coiled artisan cable, I feel like this is kind of like a competitor to that, and it has a leather strap.
And one thing to mention about this keyboard is you can get it assembled for 99 bucks or as a bare bones kit for $89.
Wow. Dude, look at these, like, I don't know if they're actually brass or not, but those are some pretty screws.
Oh, look at it, it's so cute.
Those are the cat ears.
Oh, they're cat ears. I know where this is going.
I should probably undo this a little more before I like take the keycaps off with it.
Oh, wow.
That is crazy.
This is a very, you know what? This is a very unique feeling keyboard. Like this surface, it just feels good. Like
it is, yeah, it is like a soft plastic almost. So we got like a nice little, I mean, that's aluminum on the knob and everything.
Where does this go?
Oh, maybe that's what the screws are for.
Probably. All
right,
let's go. Let's
just do it.
Let's get the whole vibe going. Might as well.
Because I mean, these screws, that's attention to detail right there. All right, guys, we got our cat ears installed, which supposedly this is the old piece. It's aluminum with a little acrylic diffuser in it. So now this whole thing should glow.
Yo!
Oh my God.
It's bright as.
That might be the brightest keyboard I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's actually incredibly bright.
Let me turn off the little overhead light.
Ooh, nice. For those who are looking for this theme of a keyboard, I mean, this is probably one of the better implementations of it. And the build quality is insane. Normally these kind of keyboards, they're pretty cheap in terms of build quality. So seeing this kind of keyboard like that, like this.
Heavy. I mean, yeah, dude, this thing has to weigh like 3 or 4 pounds, I would assume. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Matt was saying. I feel like normally whenever any keyboard company makes like a fun, lighter themed keyboard, they're usually just so plasticky and just crappy, but this one is not that.
So what we're gonna do is a typing test on this keyboard so you guys can hear what it sounds like, and then we're gonna transition to some other keyboards. We have one more unique board, then we have the other ones to take a look at, but hey, this is a really cool implementation of a very unique keyboard from Chilkey. Next, we have the ND TKL, which can come assembled with Kale Blue Lotus switches for $109. It comes in 4 colors: black, milky green, sky blue, and white, an 1800 milliamp hour battery, and double shot PVT cherry keycaps with tri-mode connectivity.
This one is, you know, another non-Hall effect keyboard. So what are we looking at price-wise in this one?
So this one's $109 assembled. There isn't a bare bones version with this keyboard, so 109 bucks.
You guys know TKL is probably one of my favorite sizes. I really love still having, oh my gosh.
She's pretty.
Oh my gosh, all right, let's see what it comes with before we get too excited. It's about the same weight as the last one, very, very heavy. Okay, so we get another one of these cables. So I guess depending on if you get like a more, you know, wider, more black keyboard, you're gonna get a specific type of Artisan USB-C cable. But once again, it's a pretty nice cable. And look at all the stuff they include. Like we have some parts of the stabilizers in there. We have, I don't even know what these would be for, little pads. Look, we even got a spare ribbon cable, whatever that would be for. And then is this one wireless too, I guess, because we got a dongle?
Yep, should be. This one's looking pretty nice for a TKL keyboard, which I know is a preferred format here at the office.
Yep, TKL's nice because if you're not using the number pad and you want to save a good amount of space, but you still want to have like full function row, full separated arrow keys and all the page up, page down and stuff. This is a great option for that. Oh man, this one's nice. Has a very like high pitched tone to it that I could really get behind.
Yeah, those are the Kale Blue Lotus switches.
So yeah, this was the difference I was telling you guys earlier too. You know, with a magnetic switch, you don't actually have any contacts, but this is a standard switch. We do actually have contacts, but it came out really smooth. You can see we have like our individual LEDs for each key.
Yeah, the weight has a ripple design to it that is very unique. It looks pretty cool. It is a full aluminum case, as mentioned. I know the mounting options were important to mention as well. They use silica gel particle mounting and elastic silicone mount to give a more stabilized typing experience. Now the keycaps are not shine-through keycaps, so you really can't see a ton of the RGB lighting, but it's nice to have a little bit of backlight when you're using the keyboard in the dark. So you know, just set to like a white mode and it'll look pretty cool.
This is what we call tasteful RGB.
Tasteful RGB. But you know what? This one's a really awesome TKL version from Chilkey, but we gotta do a typing test so you guys can hear what those Glacier Blue switches sound like, along with the Windows sound effect that you're hearing over and over again. But let's go to that typing test. Now let's take a look at the ND75, which comes in a bare bones version or a simple version, both at $99 MSRP. It comes in 5 colors: jet black, pure white, mountain blue, elegant purple, and milk tea. And it comes in 2 switch types: Blue Lotus switches or dopamine blue switches, which are both linear switches.
All right, so I got the white version here, and Matt has the purple one. Let's see what we get. And these I know were, I think Zach mentioned they're $99.99, and that's assembled or unassembled, right? I guess if you want to build it yourself, you can, but you're paying the same price. It's not like all white. We actually do have like some black accents with some of the keycaps. One thing I do want to point out about these keyboards I think is really interesting is normally when you have a wireless keyboard, especially like a tri-mode one, you have like a switch on the back, you know, to switch back and forth between them and everything. I've noticed not a single one of these keyboards have a switch, which I guess makes it a little more clean and aesthetic. You actually have like a function option to get to your different modes.
Now these keyboards do come with 2 different switch types. We have the Blue Lotus switch or the Blue Dopamine switch, which is the greatest name of a keyboard switch I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, the RGB is very similar to the other ones we've taken a look at. It shines through a decent amount, but it's not gonna be full shine through based on the keycaps.
Oh, dude, the screen is sick.
And the screen is really cool. So you can see the battery, the different modes you're switching between, and the time.
Yeah, that's sick. Okay, so honestly,
pretty nice keyboards, especially for that price. I mean, this is definitely a good competitor with a lot of the. I mean, I don't even want to talk about name brand keyboards because these just absolutely go way over those.
So let's do a little typing test on both of these keyboards so you guys can decide if the ND75 is for you, and then we're going to show you a different variant of the ND75 that uses low profile keycaps. Now let's take a look at the ND75 Low Profile Keyboard, coming in at $105. It comes in 6 different colors: jet black, pure white, baby blue, lavender, milk tea, and silver, and uses full palm low profile switches, which we believe are Aster switches, and comes with a low profile design to ensure less fatigue when typing. And this is one that I actually used on my setup for a little while when they first showed up, because I was very curious to see what a low profile keyboard would feel like, and it's a nice experience. So if you see the unboxed experience already, this is what it looks like, but you'll get it like this normally.
Yeah, which, you know, some people do. Low profile is starting to become more popular. It's, isn't it like supposedly a better typing angle, more ergonomic or something? So yeah, this is the milk tea version, which you can see, it looks pretty similar to our other 75% keyboard, but we definitely have an overall more low profile look, and obviously the keycaps are definitely low profile.
And switches.
Yeah. Dude, look at the, look, they have their branding on the back plate. Like the carbonate plate.
Oh wow.
Just ND over and over again. Looks sick.
That is really sick. Now the switches on top of the keycaps are fully low profile switches and keycaps, because that's how it works together. And we think they're Aster switches. It gives you a different typing experience than you normally be used to with a normal full-size keyboard. Now most of the other key specs are very similar to the ND75, but again, the focus is on low profile here.
So what's cool about low profile is if you're someone that's coming off of like an older membrane keyboard where the keys are a lot more flat, they're not super raised like a typical gaming keyboard, it actually does a lot for your typing angle. Instead of having to kind of be up like this, you can have a more traditional ergonomic typing angle on a low profile keyboard. And compared to other low profile keyboards that are typically pretty cheaply made with plastics, this is a fully CNC aluminum case. So with this low profile design, you basically get all of the perks of having a fully mechanical and aluminum keyboard while still maintaining that ergonomic office feel. And that silicone pad that they include with their low profile keyboards can be put in the front or the back of the keyboard to adjust typing angle, or you can just use it as a wrist rest as well.
But we're going to show you guys what they sound like in a typing test, and from there we'll switch on to the last keyboard that we have, the ND65. Now we have the ND65, which comes in an assembled version with Kale Blue Lotus switches, which are linear switches, for $69 MSRP for a wired version and $79 MSRP for a tri-mode wireless version. This keyboard is gasket mounted, 65% and hot swappable, and comes with a 3000 milliamp hour battery. It comes in at $69 for the wired version or $79 for the wireless one, and they all come with the same Lotus switches.
You know what I love about this? McAllister always complains about paying more for less. You're actually paying less for less.
And yeah, this is a traditional gamer keyboard, 65% keyboard. Ooh. And I do need to open it up a little bit. The cable's different. It is different.
90-degree adapter, it's braided. That's a nice little cable. Yeah, so they do include some of the extra Blue Lotus switches, which are pretty cool.
Now, one thing about this keyboard, obviously throughout this entire video you've noticed, all their keyboards premium quality. We got some CNC metal chassis here that looks really, really nice. We have the mode switch on the back, it looks like, to switch between the tri-mode options, which would be wired, wireless, or Bluetooth. And everything just feels really nice. It is a very straightforward keyboard.
Oh yeah, okay, yours does actually. This is the first one we've seen that actually has a switch.
Yeah, so that would be the only difference between the wired version and the wireless version.
Oh yeah, we got some underglow, and wow, it's just like a white mode right now. It's very bright. It looks nice.
So that's some of the brightest backlighting we've seen. I guess having an all black keyboard helps with that too.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, it's a really good build quality. The fact that we're getting aluminum cases on these keyboards for under $100 is pretty cool to me.
So yeah, this is a really good option as well for those looking to spend a little less money. But as you've seen throughout this video, we got the really nice baller Hall effect keyboard that you can get with the Slice75, all the way down to the 65 keyboards. You can get some really good options from Chilkey. But we're gonna wrap this video up real quick with a typing test of this keyboard, and then we'll bring everyone back here. Everyone is in all the keyboards. We're bringing all the keyboards back that are hiding behind Jonah currently, and we'll wrap this video up real quick because this was a fun little adventure taking a look at a bunch of Chilkey products.
Well, that was a lot of keyboards, but I gotta say, I was excited to unbox every single one of these because I knew that once I opened it, I was gonna be pretty impressed each time.
Shout out again to Chilkey for sponsoring this video. If you want to buy any of the keyboards mentioned in this video, and we've shown you guys a lot of them, links down below will most likely be affiliate links and they will help us out. And if you guys enjoy these style of videos where we showcase a bunch of products from a particular company, let us know in the comments down below. This was a fun video to showcase a cool keyboard and mouse company in the market.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Jonah wants me to give you guys keyboard codes, so Matt, will you do the honors? Come buy one of these keyboards at pcbros.tech today and use code ToastyBros3 on checkout to save 3%.
That's really hard when I don't know what he's gonna say, so I did it anyways. pcbros.tech, buy a gaming keyboard in person or buy a gaming PC to go with that gaming keyboard, and yeah, save money with ToastyBros3 on checkout.